Dear students, welcome back to the lecture on HTML. In last class, I explained about structure of HTML document. Once again, I am repeating the structure of HTML document. See the first line. The first line is used to indicate the instruction to the web browser. It is an HTML document. And coming to the next second line, that is a HTML tag. HTML tag is the root tag for all HTML documents. HTML document contain two compartments. The first compartment is called head section and the second compartment is called as body section. Head section in generally used for three purposes. The first one is to mention the title of the web page. Here title is mentioned by using the tag called title. This title is set on top of the web page. And the second one is to set style to the web page. Head part second purpose is to set style to the web page. To set style to the web page, here we are using a tag called style. And the third one is external scripting file mentioning area. Here external files are mentioned. Here what kind of external files we are mentioning? In generally we are mentioning scripting files here. What kind of script here we are setting? To provide dynamism to the web page, we are using scripting files. The scripting files are in generally created by using JavaScript or VB script. According to our syllabus, we are going to learn JavaScript in the coming unit. So finally, head part of the HTML document is used for three purposes. One is mainly three purposes. First one is to set the title of the web page. Second one is to set the style of the web page. Here we are using style tag. Here style is arranged or style is represented by using CSS. CSS means cascading style sheets. And the third purpose is to specify the scripting file. The scripting file in generally is in JavaScript. Why we are using scripting file? To provide dynamism to the web page where we are using scripting files. Total head part contains three. First one is title of the web page, second one is style of the web page, third one is script of the web page. And coming to the second compartment of HTML document, it represents body. If you want to see any content on the web page, you need to write content in the body area. Here we are using different tags to represent the body. In this example, here we are using H1. H1 indicates heading 1. The size of the content of the heading will be displayed on the web page in big size. Here 6 different kinds of headings are available from H1 to H6. If you are using H1, the content of the H1 is appear in big size. And coming to the P indicates paragraph. Here the content of the P tag is appeared in the form of paragraph. I will explain all these tags in the coming slides. So what is the use of body section? Body section is used to display the content on the web page. What is the use of head section? Head section is used to display the title, to set the style of the web page, to set the script for the web page. If it is a body compartment, here we are going to write content which we want to display on the web page. Whatever the content you want to see on the web page, you need to write in the body section itself. Students, do you get clarity on this? Okay, I am moving to the next slide. See, this part is already explained by me in the last session. I am moving to the next slide. That is what? HTML elements. See, this is the basic building block of any HTML document. Without element, we can't create HTML document. See, if you want to construct a building, you need bricks, sand, iron, water, cement, etc. Without this, the construction of building is very difficult to you, right? Similarly, without element, we can't construct a HTML document. Why? Because the beginning HTML tag and ending HTML tag, between these two tags contains content of the HTML document, right? So the complete thing is called what? From beginning tag of HTML to ending tag of HTML, the complete thing is called HTML element. In one HTML element, you may arrange sub HTML elements. What HTML element contains? HTML element contains HTML tags. What is HTML tag? HTML tag is a predefined tag. See, here we need to discuss about 2 points. One is a predefined tag and another one is user defined tag. What is predefined tag? The tag which is created by the user is called as, the tag, what is predefined tag? The tag which is available, which is already available, means that one is predefined. No need to modify anybody. It doesn't allow to modify anybody. If it is a user defined tag, we can create our own tags. See, in the coming units, we are going to discuss about XML, extensible markup language. Extensible markup language allows you to create your own tags. If it is a HTML, it doesn't allows you to create your own tags. All the tags are built-in tags. You are going to use built-in tags, that's it, in HTML. If it is a XML, you can create your own tag. See, and tags may contain attributes. See, we based on the requirement, we are going to use attributes, not always. So attributes representation purely depending on the user requirement. See how the HTML elements are arranged. HTML elements are arranged in tree-like structure. The root element of HTML document is HTML tag. See, HTML opening tag, HTML closing tag. Between opening and closing tags of HTML, we are going to write some content. And coming to the HTML tag, a tag is formatted with left angular bracket and right angular bracket with the tag name. Observe the syntax here. This is left angular bracket and this is the tag name, and here parameter and value, this is what? An attribute of the tag. This is optional. This is not a mandatory. Based on the user requirements, we may represent, we may mention the attributes. So finally the tag is represented by using left angular bracket, tag name and right angular bracket. And remember one important point here, attributes should be mentioned in the opening tag only. See, this is called opening tag, or starting tag. So all the attributes which are belongs to a particular tag must be mentioned in the starting tag only or opening tag only. How the tag is formed? Tag is formed by using left angular bracket, where in generally we are calling less than symbol, and greater than symbol. Between less than symbol and greater than symbol we are mentioning tag name, right? If you observe this example, every HTML document begins with the start tag is HTML, and it terminates with the end tag, that is what ending HTML, ending tag. This is ending tag. Coming to the next one, there are two types of tags. The first one is embedded tag. It is also called as paired tag. Embedded tag means every opening tag must contains closing tag. It's a pair. Opening tag and closing tag, these two are called pair tags. For every opening tag there must be a closing tag, that is called embedded tag. Example is what? The earlier one, that is what? HTML, this is opening tag, and less than greater than HTML, this is closing tag. Less than / HTML, this is closing tag. And what about standalone tag or singleton tag? The tag which doesn't have any closing tag, such kind of tags are called as standalone tags. In HTML, two different types of tags are available. The first type of tag is embedded tag. Embedded tags are also called as pair tags. And the second type is standalone tag or singleton tag. If it is a pair tag, it must contain opening tag and closing tag. If it is a standalone tag, it doesn't have any closing tag. We will discuss embedded tag and standalone tag with an example in the coming sessions. And coming to the HTML attributes. Here every tag in HTML may or may not have an attribute. Some tags doesn't have any attributes, some tags may have some attributes. And here attributes representation is not mandatory. Based on the user requirements, we are going to use attributes. And one important rule here is attributes should mention at the starting tag itself. If you write in somewhere other than starting tag, that is a wrong approach. You are not going to get a concerned result if you write attributes other than starting tag. And here attribute is a key in name and value pairs. Attribute is a combination of name and value pairs. Here name is a general name, that is a bulletin one. Name is a bulletin one, and values are assigned by the user, and values always should be mentioned within double quotes only. Values are assigned to the names. So finally, what is an attribute? Attributes are used to give more explanation, or attributes are going to give more detailed information regarding a tag. So if you want to write complete details about the tag, you need to use attributes. Here attributes are always mentioned within the starting tag, and attribute is a combination of name and value pairs. Values must be mentioned within double quotes, and values are assigned to the names. Here name is a predefined one. We can't modify the name, but values are user defined ones. User may change or may assign his or her own values. And coming to the next one. See, before going to discuss about comments, what we discussed till now, we discussed about elements in the HTML document, tags in the HTML documents, attributes in the HTML document. What we discussed? Elements in the HTML document. Second one, tags in the HTML documents. Third one, attributes in the HTML document. These three are basic building blocks of HTML document. These are very, very important and essential things to construct a web page. Right. Coming to the next one, comments in HTML document. See, as a programmer, we learned C language. In C language, we learned documentation section. How to represent the documentation section in C language? By using two forward slashes. Why we are using documentation section? Sometimes user or developer need to explain the program to someone by using documentation section. But that is not an executable part of the program. To specify documentation section to the compiler, we are using two forward slashes in C programming. Two forward slashes only for one line. That is called single line comment or single line documentation. That is about in C. Similarly, for multi-line documentation in C programming, we utilized forward slash, asterisk, multiple lines of documentation and asterisk forward slash. So, how the multi-line documentation is formed in C programming? Forward slash, asterisk, multiple lines of documentation, at the closing side asterisk and forward slash are used. That is about a programming language. Whenever the compiler is going to compile that program, whenever it receives two forward slashes, compiler treats that one as a non-executable part. Means that is not a code, like that compiler identifies. That is for single line comment. Coming to the multi-line comment, whenever it receives a forward slash asterisk at the beginning and asterisk and forward slash at the ending, that part is not compiled. Why? Because that is not a code, that is a non-code, that is treated as a documentation section. That is for the purpose of others who are going to read your code. Similarly, in HTML document also, we are using single line comment and multi-line comment. Here single line comment is representing by using less than, exclamatory mark, space, two hyphens. Here space is optional, you may write space or not, that is not a big issue. After that you are going to write your documentation part, and finally it must be closed by using two hyphens and greater than symbol. This is for single line documentation, like documentation in C, two forward slashes. Here we are not using any compiler to convert the HTML document to web page. Here our input is what? Our input is in the form of HTML document. That HTML document appeared in the browser in the form of web page. If it is a C program, we are going to develop a .c file, and the .c file generate results. That result is appeared on the screen, right? Here, who are going to read our HTML document? If it is a C program, C compiler is there to read .c file. Here, who are going to read your HTML document. To read HTML document, we are using web browser. Got the point? So whenever web browser receives this line from the HTML document, it simply discard or neglect the execution. This is not an executable part of the HTML document. This is for understanding purpose. This is just for understanding purpose, not for execution purpose. This is single line comment. And coming to the next one, multi-line comment. Here multi-line comments are representing by using less than exclamatory mark, 2 hyphens. After that we are going to write line 1. After ending of the line 1, we are using 2 hyphens once again. That is for first line. And coming to the second line onwards, we are using 2 hyphens after that documentation line, second line of documentation, and 2 hyphens at the ending of the line. This procedure is repeating up to the n-1th line. Got the point? Suppose the HTML documentation, HTML comment having 10 lines, the first line should be like this and the last line should be like this. The rest of the lines means second line to 9th line we are representing by using starting 2 hyphens and ending 2 hyphens. If it is the first line, less than exclamatory mark, starting 2 hyphens, ending 2 hyphens. Inside this we are going to write documentation part. If it is the last line of the HTML comment, we are writing 2 hyphens at the beginning, 2 hyphens at the ending with the greater than symbol at the ending. So whenever this kind of representation received by the browser, simply it neglects the execution. It doesn't treat this part as an executable part of the HTML document. Coming to the editors which are required or which are used to develop HTML document. See, any text editor is useful to write the HTML document. There is no restriction. We need this much, this kind of software. We need this much. A particular software. Not like this. We may use any text editor to write our HTML file. See, these are the different text editors available in the market. So the simple text editor which is freely available, almost all the text editors are freely available. So the first text editor is available in almost all the machines. So here Notepad is the simple text editor, right? In our programs we are using Notepad as an editor. We may use other than this Notepad++ or Microsoft Visual Studio, Adobe Dreamweaver, Microsoft Expression Web, Edit Plus. You may use any one, but for explanation purpose, here I am using Notepad as an editor. What is the use of editor here? Editor is used to write the HTML document. I am talking about HTML point of view. So here editors are used to write the document and save it. Finally we are going to execute the saved ones. And here we need to remember one important point. Okay, we implemented a HTML document. Then how to save it? Okay, I saved that one. And which extension I need to use? What is the extension for HTML document? For HTML document, extension is file extension is .html. .html is the file extension. We may use .html also. See, if it is a C programming, we need to save the file with extension .c. If it is a Java programming, we need to save the file with extension .java. If it is a Python program, we need to save the program with .py. If it is a Word file, we need to save the file with the extension .doc. if it is a notepad file, we are using the file extension .txt. If you write the program in notepad, you simply save that program. The program is saved with the extension .txt. Why? Because the document type is what? Notepad. But if you want to write an HTML document, you need any text editor like Notepad. Yes, you need to write your program inside the Notepad. Then you need to save the Notepad file, that file with extension .html. Then only it creates web page. Then only the file is saved like an HTML document. Otherwise, that file is treated as a simple text file with the extension .txt. So this is a important observation, important point you need to observe, right? And sorry, here I am going to explain the HTML document creation and execution process with a simple example. Here, see, first of all I would like to explain the steps one by one, then I will show it in practical manner. So coming to the step 1, you need to open a notepad file. Then you need to write the HTML code inside the notepad file and save the file with extension .html or .htm. You may use any one, either .html or .htm. And after completion of saving process, you need to open that file. If you want to see the HTML document as web page, you need to open that file in the web browser itself. Who are going to read your HTML document? Your web browser is responsible. Your web browser is responsible to read the HTML document. Your web browser is responsible to read HTML document. Okay, I would like to explain all these steps practically by using Notepad. See the execution. Here I am going to open a notepad. I think all of you know how to open a notepad file. This is the notepad file. Here I am going to create an HTML document. I will increase the font size, then it is visible to all of you. Okay. Okay, right. What is the first line of HTML document? Less than, exclamatory mark, doc type, space, HTML, less than, greater than symbol. This is the first line of HTML document. And coming to the second one, root element of HTML document. What is the root element of HTML document? This one. And see, element contains what? Opening tag, closing tag. What is the opening here? Opening tag is HTML, right? Here opening tag is HTML and closing tag is this one, /HTML. And between the opening and closing tags, what we are going to write? We are going to write child elements. HTML document contain how many compartments? It contains 2 compartments. The first compartment is what? Head. This is what? Head. In head section, what we are going to mention? We are going to mention 3 points. The first one is title of the web page. Second one is style of the web page. Third one is script, external script file which is required to execute that HTML document. So up to this we know how to put the title. That's it. We don't have much knowledge on styling and scripting. Okay, I will explain styling and scripting concepts in the coming sessions. You don't worry about that. And here head part contains what? Title. This is opening tag and this is a closing tag of title. And remember, HTML, head, title, and next part is what? Body. I will write content in each and every element, you don't worry about that. Right here, this is what welcome to. I am going to write the title of the web page, welcome to. This is our first HTML file, right? Welcome to HTML. This is the head part title. And coming to the body part, here I am going to write a heading 1. What is the full form of HTML? Hypertext Markup Language. Right? Hypertext Markup Language. Got the point? This is the body part. So I would like to repeat the code once again. I would like to explain the code once again. The first part is what? Doc type declaration. Here doc type is what? HTML. It is instruction to whom? Web browser. And then what is the root element of HTML document? HTML. And HTML contain how many sections? Head section and body section. Head section contains what? Title of the web page and style of the web page and script file which is required to execute that web page. But as per our knowledge, till now what we know how to set the title, that's it. And coming to the body section, what is the purpose of body section? Whatever the content you mention inside the body section, that content is displayed on the web page. Okay, so program write up, HTML document write up process completed. Then what I need to do? I need to save this file. So you may use Ctrl S or simply go to the file menu and select save option. Ctrl S is the shortcut for saving a file. And you may save anywhere on your computer. You may save it. You may save this file in the D drive or any location or desktop, whatever it may be, which one is comfortable to you. Better you create one folder and save your files in a particular folder. Suppose I am going to create a folder inside the D drive. This is what? 178x WT. So my folder is what? 178x WT. Here, this is my first program, right? This is a first dot. What is the extension we need to write here? HTML. First dot HTML. What is first? First is the file name, and dot HTML is extension. And here I am going to use double quotes and select all files. Got the point? Here you need to select all files, otherwise the file is saved as text file. So here I selected all files, simply save this one. Actually what we did here, we opened a notepad and typed this HTML code and saved this file with the extension .html. As per our PPT, we opened notepad, we developed code, HTML code inside that and save that file with the extension .html. And what is the last step we need to do? We need to open this file. Which file? Whatever the file we created with the extension .html, we need to open that file by using a web browser. Okay. I would like to open this file by using web browser. So D drive contains what? 178x, right? Inside the D drive I created one folder, right? Okay. Coming to the execution, creation and execution process of HTML document. Here step 1 is open notepad. Here I am going to open a notepad. Notepad file is opened. Then second step is what? Write HTML code inside the notepad. Here I am going to write a HTML code. What is the first line of HTML document? HTML document first line is doc type declaration less than exclamatory mark doc type space HTML document. What is the purpose of this line? This line gives clear information to the web browser. The file type is what? HTML. Like this, it gives some information to the web browser. And what is the second line of HTML document here? Root element of the HTML. What is the root element for HTML document? HTML. And in HTML, we are using basic building blocks like HTML elements. What is a HTML element? HTML element is a combination of opening tag, content and closing tag. Here this is opening tag and this is closing tag. Between opening tag and closing tag, what we need to mention here? We need to mention content of the web HTML document. Here HTML document having two compartments. The first compartment is called what? Head part of the HTML. See, this is opening tag of HTML head compartment and this is closing tag of HTML head part, right? And coming to the head part contains three things. The first one is what? According to our knowledge till now, we know title only. We don't know how to write a style or how to apply style to the HTML document and how to apply script to the HTML document. I will explain each and everything in the coming sessions. Here style is applied by using CSS, means cascading style sheets. That is our first unit, chapter 2. And the second one is scripting, that is in second unit, that is JavaScript. I will explain each and everything belongs to head part in the coming sessions. So in this session you just focus on title only. Title, here my title is welcome to HTML. What is the use of title? Where the title is arranged? Title is arranged on the top of HTML document, means web page, right? And what is the second part of HTML document? Body. Body is begin with the tag opening tag body and it terminates with the closing tag body. And between opening body tag and closing body tag, we are going to write some content. Whatever the content you mentioned inside the body tag, that content is displayed on the web page. Here I am going to write heading 1. Heading 1. What is the full form of HTML? HTML full form is hypertext markup language, right? This is closing of HTML. This is heading 1, right? I will explain what is H1 in the coming sessions. Why? Because there is a text formatting tags concept. At the time I will explain what is the H1, H2, H3, like that. H6 tags are available. H1 to H6 tags are available. And you may write any number of tags like this. You may write any description regarding this also. I will explain one by one. Just wait. And till now what we did, we completed a simple HTML document. See, first line is what? Doc type declaration. Second one is a root element of the HTML document. And this one is a head section of the HTML document. Inside head section, what we mentioned? We mentioned title of the HTML document or web page. Here this compartment represents the body section. Inside this we utilized heading 1 tag. Whatever the content here we mentioned, that content is displayed on the HTML document. Web page. Save this file. this is third step. This is my first I would like to save this file on the desktop. Save this file. Save as desktop. First dot extension is what? HTML. This is the extension for HTML file. And save as style. You need to mention all files. Simply save this file. 3 steps are completed. The first step is open a notepad and then write the code, HTML code inside the notepad and save the HTML file with the extension .html. And the last step is what? You need to open the file which is created by you by using a web browser. Web browser is a software. It is reside inside the client machine. What is the purpose of web browser? According to HTML, it is going to read HTML document and display it as a web page. Where it is available? What is the first file name? First F. Right, see this? Here my default browser is Opera. Because of that reason, here it appears with O. See this? First. Here first appeared, right? If you click on first, you are going to see output like this. See, what is the title of your HTML document? In Notepad, what you mentioned here, title is Welcome to HTML. That one is appearing on the HTML, web page. Welcome to HTML. And in body section, what you mentioned? You mentioned hypertext markup language. Whatever the content you mentioned at the body, that content is appeared on the web page. Got the point? This is the complete location is called a web page, and this is the title of the web page. Hope with this explanation you people able to know how to set the title for HTML document and how to arrange some content on the web page. See, in this example, my default browser is what? Opera. Suppose instead of Opera, I am going to change the browser. How to change the browser? You just right click on a particular file and click on properties and select the change option, and you may select prescribed browser. Here I selected Google Chrome. See, here my file is my first .html file is appearing with the symbol Google Chrome. If you click on this, you are going to see your web page. See, this is the title of the web page. Title is what? Welcome to HTML, and this is what? Body section containing content. Suppose you may add some more content to the web page. How to add the content to the web page? If the file is already existed, in the last example what I explained, you created a new file with some content. Suppose you want to modify the content, right? How to modify it? You just right click on it, open with, select the open with option and click on Notepad. You are going to see your source file. This is a source file. The source file is what? HTML document. What is the web page here? Here the web page is this one. This is web page. This is source file. Notepad file is source file and browser symbol is web page. Suppose I may change the content. Instead of hypertext markup language, here I am going to write JNTUK Kakinada. Save this file and open the browser. Did you get any modifications, any changes? No, you just simply press F5, you are going to get the updated result. Got the point? Instead of hypertext markup language, what you are going to see here? JNTUK Kakinada. Suppose you want to change the title here, you need to do what? Here the title is what? Welcome to HTML. Now I would like to change the title. The title is Welcome to JNTUK. Welcome to JNTUK. What I am going to write? Welcome to JNTUK. Save this file and see, before refreshing, what I am going to see here? Welcome to HTML. After refreshing, I am going to see welcome to JNTUK. Dear students, with this example, I think all of you know how to create a simple HTML document and how to execute that document by using a browser. Thank you for watching this video. I will continue the rest of the content in the coming sessions. Thank you. I will give assignments to you. Assignment link will share to you soon. Thank you.